So you got all these things going on. I mean, what's your favorite?
God, it's really hard to put them in favorite order. I think one of the highlights of my career obviously has to be the NSO. Um, that was just it's something that early on playing in college, thinking that okay, maybe I'll get an orchestral gig, and or when you're in all state orchestra and all state wind ensemble, you're thinking, oh yeah, this is good. One day I'm going to be playing with a symphony, and then reality hits you, and you're like, that's probably not going to happen, and that's fine. I'm still having a successful career, and I'm playing, and I'm having opportunities, and then that opportunity comes up, and you're like, oh wow, okay, this is going to happen, and so that certainly was, one of the most memorable gigs that I've ever had in my career. It was really really special. But my favorite, ugh, I mean, I love playing funk.
Yeah.
I love just the groove, the pocket, and being able to just when you're in a great horn section and things are really tight and together, and the intonation is just there, and it's so good that you play a note and you look at each other and you just laugh because it's that good.
Yeah, yeah.
um I don't think this is anything better than that, and when that happens repeatedly on the same gig, and you just have an evening where it's so good that you just do nothing but laugh about it, man, those moments are really, those are the special ones, um and that primarily happens on pop or funk gigs, and there are big band gigs where it happens too when you're in a great trumpet section, but my favorite thing, honestly, is when the trumpet is on my face, period. I don't care what I'm playing,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. It doesn't matter. I could be playing an Easter gig at church. As long as the horn's on my face, I don't care.
You're good.
I'm good. I'm happy. I'm in my happy place. I'm in my space. That's my wheelhouse, man. Whatever it is, trumpet. I don't care what it is.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one. So many people get caught up in the what they're doing as opposed to the why they do it. It's like, not I'm not happy unless I have this specific gig or I'm playing this specific kind of music as opposed to, I get to play,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
get to do something you love, and if you get paid for it, man, that's bonus.
Right. And I think the trap that so many of us can fall into is you're forever chasing the perfect gig or your gig. Well, you have to think about living in the moment. Where are you right now, and enjoying that moment of, hey, you've got this opportunity to play the instrument that you love and that you enjoy doing, whatever it is, whatever genre, whatever style. But think about that moment that you have, the next gig that you're in. Is it with the best band possible? Maybe not. Is it the style of music that you want to play? Maybe it's not, but you're still playing, you're still creating, you're still playing your instrument. Why not enjoy the moment?
Yeah.
Don't, because if you think about, I hate this gig, I'm on this gig, it's terrible, and I wish I was playing a jazz gig tonight and playing some straight ahead. Okay, well, you're not tonight.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Exactly.
Everything's going to be all right. You're
Yeah.
still playing, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I prefer to be eating a steak right now, but I'm not. So,
Yeah,
but I'm
I have to eat this taco, but the taco's still pretty good.
exactly. And I'm hungry. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, man. It is absolutely crazy. I just want to ask you this question, and it's going to be a two-parter.
Okay.
So, and it's going to kind of tie into what's been kind of the main theme tonight. A lot of like the stuff we've been doing, like TikTok and that sort of stuff. But we've got obviously changes in technology, whether it be social media, the way that information can get disseminated, recording technology, being able to record remotely. You have things like effects processors and all those wonderful things that have been going on in terms of technology over the past few years. And then obviously we have like two main camps of players. We have the young, the novice player, and then we have the older, experienced player. So if you had to give a piece of advice to a younger player in terms of the things that they should be looking at and embracing in terms of the way that technology and music integrate, what would it be? And then conversely, if you're sitting down with an old dog and saying, hey, dude, these are the things that you really need to start looking at and learning to embrace if you want to keep your career fresh and moving on, what would that be?
Well, I mean, first thing that comes to mind, I think, would just be, I think the same conversation could be applied to both players. Because yes, the younger generation knows how to use the technology, perhaps, but isn't sure of what content to provide, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I think maybe the difference between the two of them. So the younger player, I would say, do how to run the technology. Obviously, there's so much information out there. You can find out in a couple of keystrokes how to do something. But I would say as a player, a young player, is to just post things and record things that you're passionate about, and don't try to impress people with what you're doing. Just be you. Do what you want to do. And if you put in the passion and the heart into what you're doing, it will get noticed. You will get feedback. You will get things in return. So I would say, I guess in layman's terms, like, don't be a show off. Don't go into it to that. Don't go into social media going, I'm going to be a social media star and I'm going to play these high notes and I'm going to do all this stuff and I want to be noticed. There are millions of people doing that same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they are the guys that go, why don't my videos get any views? Look at how high I'm playing. Why isn't anybody paying attention to me? Because you're pushing it too hard and you're doing everything that everyone else is doing. Just listen to your heart, listen to your gut, and do what makes you happy. Do what you're passionate about. If you want to duet a video and play a ballad on flugelhorn and it's to some obscure artist that no one heard of, but you really enjoy it, do that, because people will connect to you because you're putting your heart and soul into it. So that would be the advice I would give the younger person. The more seasoned musician, I would say, the technology, as far as what, I guess, so the way that I approached it was basically like very similar. And I guess it goes back to what I was saying before is I would say that I would have the same message for both. Again, for me, it was, I have nothing to prove. I'm just going to go on here. I'm going to figure out the technology and I'm going to do what I want to do. And if people like that, then they like it.